Kevin.
Wow. What?
You get this only nowhere else but you. Kevin is after that. Kevin, I'm not going to lie.
Now we're not look at this. A carved penguin. There it is.
Oh no. Are the O's fine? Are the Orioles fine, Kevin?
I was so embarrassed.
Okay. The Orioles stole it. That game was stolen. It was stolen from them, then they stole it right back.
What?
Oh my God.
Wait, what's going on? What is happening?
What is going? Was it a diving play? He bobbled the ball.
What is happening? Are they challenging it? No. Other wall. No.
Kevin, I don't know what you saw, how much you saw. I've been chugging champagne. Sure, I spilled a lot, but what a game, man.
He will be the legendary
Birch Fish.
How about that?
Birch Fish fans, stand up. We did it.
What can I say? What can I say?
I mean, what is happening in Baltimore? I'm just saying, something is happening in Baltimore, and if you aren't paying attention to it, I would start to. Without a doubt, the best win of the year for the O's. Absolutely. Something is different. This isn't like before in the season. This isn't like earlier on. Hell, I'll be honest with you. I haven't felt like this about this damn team since last July. They're having fun. They're playing with confidence. They're picking each other up. Talk about the talent all you want. Oh, it's against the White Sox. All right. They very well could be what? They could have, what, a 9-game win streak right now if they would have taken care of business. 8-game win streak. They would have taken care of business against the Cardinals. Or no, it would be 9. They're playing some decent teams. The Mariners are no slouches. And actually, if we want to talk about, the Orioles, they just beat the White Sox. Going into this game, the Mariners have won what? So in their last – so they just come off beating. I mean, their offense is on fire right now. They finally have an offense. Coming off 2 straight wins versus the Twins. Mariners aren't a bad team. George Kirby's definitely struggling right now. He was the guy that if you were going to beat somebody, go beat him. But listen, we can talk about, George Kirby's not playing too well. They got after the Orioles got after their, weak start right now. Good. That's what you're supposed to frickin' do. Oh, the Orioles, they just swept the White Sox. Good. We keep talking about this team being good. Oh, this is a good team. Then sweep the bad ones. Then when you're supposed to win a damn game, go win the damn game. We'll get into this in a little bit more. I disagree. I liked having Bautista last week, struggled some. I liked using him in a lower leverage situation there. He got out of it pretty easily. I like the confidence they built. Obviously, we'll see what happens going down the line in the next 2 games. If you have 2 one-run games coming up, then obviously maybe you look back and, hindsight's 2020. But I don't mind bringing him in right there for low leverage situation. Then Walter, appreciate you. Don't be surprised if we reach the All-Star break in our 3 to 5 games under 500 and back in the wild card race. They're getting healthy, doing little things to win, and has a manageable schedule the next month and a half. Walter, I could not agree more. This team is putting together something. They can very easily go in. I'm not going to say easily as like, hey, they should. No, but I don't think it's a miracle that they find themselves at 500. We talked about going into tonight. The Orioles had 50 games left before the trade deadline. In order for them to be 500 at the trade deadline, they needed to go 32-18 over the next 50. We're down to 31-18. Just go 13 games over 500. They started out 2024 last season 32-18. Listen, I think these guys have taken steps. I mean, hell, I haven't even talked about Tomoyuki Sugano. 7 innings, all the one pitch to Rowdy Tellez that gets a fucking bomb. I mean, that was kind of insane. But just one pitch. Tomoyuki Sugano, everything you've wanted and more. Brian Baker. Everyone hated Brian Baker. You can sit here and tell me, I saw the potential. You hated Brian Baker. If you look me in the face and you're like, no, I've always loved Brian Baker, you're a liar. No one liked Brian Baker. No one had faith in him over his stuff was electric. Yeah, but he wasn't producing well. Brian Baker's figured it out. This is no longer, this is just a good little stretch. Brian Baker is confident. He's yelling. He's spitting everywhere. I mean, Brian Baker is having himself a year. I'm going to say. Let's go into the box score because if you noticed, everyone but one got a hit tonight. Actually, unfortunately, it was the birthday boy who didn't get his hit. But let's look at the box score a little bit, shall we? Jackson Holiday 1 for 5, the RBI in the 9th. Adley Rutschman. I am begging that this is the turning point for Adley. We've seen he's looked different over the past few games. Saw some people pointing out maybe the toe tap is gone. Maybe that changes the whole thing. 3 for 5. Listen, 3 for 5, 2 runs scored. That's fine and all. That was great. That, 3 hits tonight is great. That 9th inning at bat had me standing up. That 9th inning, 12 pitch at bat had me standing in front of my television at midnight on a Tuesday because Adley Rutschman was effing battling. Didn't matter that it was at that point, a 4-run game. Didn't matter it was a 4-run. Went out there and fucking battled. That's the Adley Rutschman I know. That's prime Adley Rutschman going out there and fighting for every damn pitch. Gunnar Henderson 2 for 5. Look at this. You have Jackson, Adley, Gunnar 1 through 3. You get a hit out of Jackson. You get Adley with 3 hits, Gunnar with 2 hits. You want this key to success? It's those guys showing up. Ryan O'Hearn just doing Ryan O'Hearn things. 2 hits, walk, RBI, gets on base 3 times. If there's one thing Ryan O'Hearn does, it's come up clutch. Ramon Arias gets the RBI. Hey, the birthday boy, he was the only guy to not get a hit, but he gets the RBI. It's a consolation prize, but you take it. You take it. Colton freaking Cowser. You're right, Sun God. It was a war. It was a war for Adley. Colton Cowser, 1 for 4 with the home run. Possibly afraid of shrimp, but he's not afraid of the long ball. Yeah, Nick, you did. You did. I mean, so Colton Cowser, we talked about how, he can be a big boost to this offense. He's got the potential. We've seen Colton go out there and do this. We've seen him become an asset to this team. I think people forget his first game up in his career. He got a go-ahead RBI single against New York. Matt, I'm telling you, hey, this is what we were expecting. I agree. Can they keep it going? You just hope so. Just keep it going. Just one game at a time, one series at a time. Take game one. Now you just got to win one of the next two. Goal is to take 2 of 3 in Seattle. Hell, go sweep the freaking A's. Kobe Mayo. Don't look now. Kobe Mayo's looking a little bit more comfortable. Kobe Mayo, another hit. Another run scored. Also looking a little agile. That Heston double in the 9th. But Kobe Mayo, you want to talk about something you love to see in the 9th? Kobe, Heston, Jackson all getting hits. That's what you like to freaking see. Kobe, I like what's happening. I like you can see him get more comfortable. You can see him get more confident. And when Kobe Mayo, I think people forget how good this dude is. People forget that we were 365 days ago. Kobe Mayo was supposed to come up and save this team. When they were first starting to struggle in July, it was bring Kobe Mayo up to save them. Let Kobe get his at-bats. And I think he is going to be like a Jackson Holiday, who he gets comfortable. He gets, give him 200 at-bats. I don't even know if it happens this year. Give him 200 at-bats. Let's see what happens. I'm still a Kobe Mayo guy. Heston Kjerstad, 2 hits. Hell yeah. Needed that. Heston Kjerstad, including that double. And then Dylan Carlson. Jordan Adams comes in, makes a nice catch in the 9th. Pinch runner scores. Woo! Dylan Carlson 1 for 4. He also gets the runner over in the 9th. I love Dylan Carlson. He's just a gamer. So, absolutely incredible day from the offense. And if you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. Kevin and Zach React go live after every single Oriole game. Hey, even if it's 12:30 a.m. Joining me now is my co-host, Kevin Ostriker. Kevin, that's 4 straight.
Dude, who the hell is Jordan Adams?
Jordan? Yeah, he's the guy that we center fielder. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, where did this guy come from?
Every time he shows up, it's like, I'm not going to lie. It's like when we kept on talking about, we're like, Heston's going down. And then they were like, what about Jordan Adams? And I was like, I forget he's on the team.
When did he even get on the roster?
He was when Cooper Hummel, the first time Cooper Hummel was DFA'd. Yeah, Adams has been just vibing here.
Nothing against the dude. I'm just like, I didn't even know.
He just keeps coming in the 9th and running into a field. Yeah, he's just here for vibes. Jeez. And then, so Kevin, just kind of this whole game. Offense, we'll start with the offense because we got this up. But, this is exactly what you want to see. I saw actually, our boy Abby put this out on Twitter. I believe the top of the lineup. And do
you want to do math?
No, I'm okay. I don't need to do math. I'm looking for the tweet. So tonight was the first time Jake Rill put up this before the game. Tonight's the first time that Jackson Holiday, Adley Rutschman, Gunnar Henderson, Colton Cowser, Kobe Mayo, and Heston Kjerstad all have been in the same lineup for the Orioles. So the first time, the big draft picks have all played together.
Yeah, outside of
those picks, those 6 combined for 10 for 26, which is a 385 average, a walk, a double, and a home run. We talk about the core, the guys that, you expect to do. That's what you've been expecting from these guys. Yeah. And then you add in a Westy, it gets more. So offense, absolutely everything you've wanted to see from the offense. This was fantastic.
Yeah, it was great. And look, they took advantage of a George Kirby who's just not right this year. And obviously prayers to him.
I didn't even. I honestly, that feels so long ago. Kevin, I thought it hit his glove. He was so nonchalant about that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, good for him. I was like, that's scary. At first, I was like, I thought he hit it with his pitching hand. And I was like, oh my God, he just shattered his pitching hand. Then he's walking out and you see the blood coming down. I was like, oh my God, it hit his face. So hopefully he's all good. I'm not sure we've gotten an update. I'll look for that real fast while you continue.
But they did do what they were supposed to against a player that has struggled this season. Look, he's a great player, but he just hasn't been right this year. What was the ERA coming into this game? Like 11?
Yeah, it was not great.
And, him trying to figure things out, it just, they needed to get the hits that they did off of him. And, early on, it was rough because they were getting hits, but they weren't pushing runs across. And look, we kind of talk about this with the Orioles pitchers. Like, Kirby's stat line does not look horrible, at least considering, what we talk about with the Orioles pitchers, which is they kind of scatter hits around, but sometimes they just, don't allow those guys to come in and score. Yeah. And that's kind of what Kirby did tonight. It was obviously the bullpen that gave up the remaining 3 runs to the Orioles. And, the offense to me is the thing that I was, we had talked all White Sox series about like, hey, we really need this offense to get it going and to show us that, like the pitching staff, I think what you put in the tweet about the last 2 times through, or it might have been someone else. It was either you or somewhere else put out a tweet about the pitching staff the last 2 times through.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. That was
and it sucks because even those stats were kind of inflated by 2 tough innings by Sugano and Povich, but even theirs, they had great starts. And real fast, I do have an update. Kirby post-game did a presser. It did hit his hand first. So he said that really took a lot of it. Ricocheted off. He said he's glad it missed any of the bad spots of his face. He has a bruise/cut on his upper lip, but said he's okay, so that's great. So
we actually did get the update.
And then is the most.
Thank you, Kirby. We're glad you're doing well, Kirby. Appreciate you. And I just want to very quickly, I have not seen anything, Maddox, about Gus Edwards retiring. If there is something, I haven't seen it. I don't know if there are rumors speculation on that. I haven't seen anything, but maybe I missed it. I don't know. So but again, kind of like
I just looked it up. It's saying he's not retiring.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything, but again, if I missed something, I missed it. But the offense for the Orioles is the thing that I've really wanted to see, and it's not just like, oh, the Orioles offense as a whole. It's guys like Adley, who again, like he battled through that at bat. What was it, 12 pitches for him?
Yeah.
Battling through that at bat. Jackson is a guy that he was struggling for the majority of the night, and then he finds a way to come through late. Ryan O'Hearn is still the best player in baseball, and I've been saying that for like the past month. It started off as a joke. Now it's not really a joke anymore. Like, Ryan O'Hearn is the best player in baseball.
Yeah, and he's literally the 4th best hitter in the American League. He's statistically the 4th best.
It started off as a bit. Now it is not a bit anymore. Like, he is actually that good, and he is playing that well. And you mentioned guys like Kobe and Heston. Colton makes an immediate impact. Everybody in this lineup got a hit outside of Ramon, and
even he got an RBI. I'd give it to him.
So I'm rooting for Jordan Adams. Jordan Adams is not my favorite player on the Orioles. I'm just saying it.
I think Jordan Adams probably has until Jordan West.
He is my favorite player on the Orioles now. I'm calling it now. Jordan Adams. I'm going to learn about Jordan Adams. We're going to have a Jordan Adams learning session right now. All right, here we go.
Actually, let me pull up his Baseball Savant page.
Oh, he was a first-round pick. He was 17th overall by the Angels. When was he drafted? 2019, it looks like he was drafted.
Oh, shit. So he was Adley's draft.
Yeah, it looks like 2019. Am I wrong on that?
No, 2018. Draft 2018, round 117. Okay. So, damn. Okay, I see why we got him. He's in the 98th percentile for sprint speed.
He's the future. He's the future. He's
Damn. Okay.
can't send him down. Jordan Adams, I learned of him an hour ago, and he is now my favorite player on the Orioles. So, you know what? Jordan Adams for MVO in my book. He scored a run. What they brought him in for.
Yeah.
So,
And hey, if he's gonna, yeah, so he's been clocked on the baseball diamond running 20.25 miles per hour.
I think I might be able to beat him.
Yeah, you probably would. Walter appreciate Adams Luis F. Castillo position player. Kevin, let's move on a little bit before we get into Collins eventually. The pitching. Sugano, 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned, 5 strikeouts. I mean, he was just incredible. He's been just, you could probably, I think it's of his, he's had 12 starts and he's given up more than 3 one time. Besides that, it's been 3 or less. I mean, just talk about the consistency, everything you've wanted, stability, calm, cool, collected. This guy's been everything you've wanted and more.
Yeah, and I mean, look, he'll make a couple mistake pitches per outing, but that's everybody. You know, every pitcher will make a couple of mistake pitches per outing, and he has been absolute godsend for this team. I don't know where they would be without him, for being honest, and I honestly don't want to imagine it because it's already been so bad this season. But the Orioles not having Bradish, losing Grayson, they needed a steadying presence, and you know, a lot of people expected that to be Zach Eflin, who, you know, has been that for the majority, but he's also had a couple of pretty rocky starts at times, at least a little bit more recently. Yeah. So I think that Sugano being as consistent as he has, you know, I don't know what the future holds in terms of this trade deadline. I really am like, I have no idea. Like, I don't, because if they just kept on losing games and if they hadn't shown us,
they're making it hard.
If they didn't sweep the White, and look, again, it's the White Sox, so that's one thing. But the Mariners, you know, they're first place team.
Kevin, but this is before you got on. I talked about this. I said, you know, people will say like, oh, you're supposed, you know, oh, you just swept the White Sox. Oh, you beat the Mariners, but you beat Kirby, who's been their struggling pitcher. And the way I put it is good. Like you're supposed, like, oh, we're quote unquote this good team. Like, yeah, I'd be more, you know, unfortunately, Kevin, the conversations that we've been having this year is, well, that was the guy that you got to beat, and we did it. We lost, and, you know, so I'd rather be having they're taking care of business. Because we've seen this team. I mean, Kevin, you win these types of games. We've talked about, not to get ahead of ourselves, but when it comes to playing the Yankees, like this team has they just beat the East. So, like, you know, you got to win these games because you can build ground in those games. And also, hell, we want to talk about this. I've said before, these are big because you want to get tiebreakers. Because, hell, you come back this much, you're going to need some tiebreakers on your side. All these teams, the glory of, you know, the beautiful part of being behind pretty much every team in the American League, when you beat a team, you're gaining ground. So, hey, if you can find a way to win all 3 against the Mariners, it's 3 games you've gained on them. You just keep winning series. You know, just keep building on this momentum because it does feel like they're going to have something, you know, that they're building something.
Yeah, it's true. And then, look, you go and play the Athletics right after this, and they are reeling, absolutely reeling right now. So you have an opportunity to pick up a lot of ground here. And look, after that set against the Athletics, if the Orioles get whooped by Detroit, the Angels give them hell, and then the Rays blow the doors off of them, and the Yankees give them trouble, then we know the Orioles are probably just a middling team, and it just is what it is. But you need to start, like if you want to have any chance at getting back into this thing, you need to start with beating the teams you're supposed to beat. And yes, you should have swept the White Sox. You did that. You should probably at least win the series against the Mariners. They are one step.
Now, especially after you win game 1, you better win one of the next 2.
Yeah. And then you should probably sweep the A's with the way that they're playing too. And then if you can do that, then I think that those next 4 series, the Tigers, the Angels, the Rays, and the Yankees will determine their season and will determine their trade deadline, because you also have a Rangers team. We know that the Rangers are underperforming based off of expectations. I mean, and maybe their expectations weren't as high to begin with, but like regardless, you have a couple of series with the Rangers sprinkled in there, but then you also have teams like the Braves and the Mets. So I think that, again, this next month stretch, we said that May was the opportunity for them to get back in it, and that was just a failure. This month is going to be the, hey, can you save your season? Because if you even go just 500 this month, your season's probably over. You really need to start winning games. You really need to start playing winning baseball, getting back to fundamentals. And, if you finish this month 500, they'd be still 14, 13 games on, by the time the game is over. You need to finish.
Well, it's okay because Kevin, they're going undefeated in June. You didn't hear? They're 2-0.
Well, Jordan Adams are never losing again. If they send down Jordan Adams and they start losing, I'm gonna tell you what it is. They sent down Jordan Adams.
If they would have lost today, we would have had a lot of questions that would have needed to be answered because they were 5-0 with Cooper Hummel on the roster. Then they DFA'd him, got rid of him for 2 games. We dropped both those games to St. Louis. He comes back for the White Sox series. We take 3. So we were 5-0 with him. So if we would have lost tonight, it would have been you have to keep Cooper Hummel on the squad.
Oh man, did they re-sign him, or did he elect?
We won't know. Actually, we won't know yet because they just did that move. Yesterday?
They're 3-0 in the Jordan Adams era. They will never lose a game again.
Just saying. What is crazy?
The torch being passed from Mateo to Jordan Adams. Absolute cinema. Absolute cinema.
It's unreal. The vibe. I will say though, Kevin, it is nice because it does feel like this team has its swagger back, has its vibes back, and I'm not talking like, oh, they're definitely going on the big run. Oh, they're going to run away with this and have this historical comeback. All this. I'm not going to sit here and say that. But what I'm going to say is this team, what we've asked for and what we were hoping for was that they get back to having fun. They get back to playing good, fundamental baseball and putting themselves in positions to win. Before, we kept saying it's not that they're losing, it's how they're losing. It's the just flat out uncompetitive games, the uncompetitive series. You go into a series and you just get blown out 3 straight games, losing to bad teams. There's something different feeling about this Orioles team. And Kevin, I said it, I haven't felt like this about them since last July. I haven't felt like they could put something together. I genuinely, now they have to continue to do it, I could see them rolling off, 4 out of their next 5, 5 of their next 6, because I feel like their momentum, Buck Showalter said it, you get young guys snowballing in the right direction, crazy things can happen. He said 10 straight. Orioles have won 7 of 9, I think, since Buck said that too, which is kind of crazy.
I am so dug in on this. They are the no expectation merchants. They are the no expectation merchants. They need no expectations. They're the best team in baseball. Once you place expectations on them, good luck. Good luck.
After everyone's like, yeah, the Orioles have no chance of winning, they're like, and the season begins.
No, there are 0. And look, honestly, it's for the rest of the season. Like literally from now until the end of the year, regardless of where they finish, it is all house money because they were so bad early on that at the end of the day, like everybody counted them out. So if they go on this big run, I don't even think people are going to put them back in contender status. Oh, they're just hot. Oh, they're just hot. When is it going to come back to what they were? Like it is just house money, I think, for the rest of the season. So if there's a time to be no expectation merchants, then it's this season because no one expects anything. And even if you start winning games, like again, what's the conversation now? Oh, they've won 4 straight. Well, it's the White Sox and George Kirby, which fair, right? Yes, that's a good point. But even still, like again, that's the expectations. No one expects anything from this team. So I'll tell you, just you know what? All the preseason polls, all the preseason articles have this team win 60
Please
games.
count them out. Please
60
count them out.
games. That's what they need.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm still not.
God, my random Oriole every night is going to be Jordan Adams now.
I was just gonna say. So I'm looking at his baseball savant page still. He's only 25. What if Jordan Adams becomes like a Ryan O'Hearn of this team, like a random guy that we all
Well, that's
just...
what I'm saying. You pass the torch, Mateo to Jordan Adams.
But so randomly last year, I mean, he only had 40 plate appearances, so he didn't qualify for anything. But he was in like the 90th percentile in average exit velocity. All right. 91.8 miles per hour average.
I can't believe the Orioles got the next
98th
Mike
percentile
Trout.
sprint speed. What if he, I mean, Al, you can never, I like when you just have fast guys.
Maybe put him in a hot dog race.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Don't you put this. Don't you put this out there. Don't you say his name.
I can't wait for Austin Slater to be reacquired at the deadline.
That's not even funny to say.
You know, it's like there's a non-zero chance it does happen.
We have upgraded so well from Austin Slater with Ramon Laureano and with Dylan Carlson, and I still don't trust this team not to reacquire him. I would be.
They should
Remember he was
100%
leaving.
do it.
Yeah, we talk about all this all the time. Fucking loves Maglio Ordonez.
That's a good goal.
Just Kevin, what if they do it all? You know what? What if they just win it all?
They got to give a ring to Austin Slater if they do.
You know, when I say like this is the best I've felt with the Orioles since July, you can probably trace it back to when we started putting Austin Slater in the leadoff spot.
There is not a man you hate more. Yeah, look, Austin Slater still helping the Orioles out in 2025.
I just couldn't believe it. If this is, I'm assuming Austin Hayes. That's just
a lot of former Orioles are hurt.
He's the greatest player of all time. It's unfortunate you can never
You
say.
gotta look back on it. A lot of former Orioles are hurt right now. Tony Burns, I almost said Slater. Hayes, Coulom's injured. A lot of guys are injured right now.
What did Elias know?
I know, crazy.
So we all get into.
Yeah, let's get into call-ins. We're gonna do it a little shorter. This is probably just to share your thoughts, and then we'll get you out of there. I gotta still record Locked On Ravens, and Zach probably has to go to Fed Hill, so we'll.
Okay, like we just.
I'm just based on history repeats itself. If you like to go to Fed Hill on a Wednesday morning at 1 a.m., that's you do you, dude. I'm not blaming you.
What is the injury update on Santander? I'm trying to read it right now. He's on the 10-day, just shoulder inflammation. They haven't that.
Oh, he's been in and out of that lineup for the year, and he's been pretty abysmal for them.
Ooh, if you're getting a PRP shot.
I mean, we all look. Losing Tony was a tough blow for the locker room, but we all knew that contract was an overpay, both in years and money. Yeah. He earned it because of the year he had. I'm not saying he didn't earn it, but yeah, tough. And yeah, Laura, I did see this. I'm going to talk about it a little bit on tomorrow's episode, and I put out the clip of him talking about Lamar because that was funny, and then the Adam Sandler one too was funny. So it was a good interview. Dan Patrick is very unique in his style, where I don't think he asked one Ravens related question. Like there wasn't. It was just like,
besides Lamar, yeah.
Well, yeah, but that was just like.
But yeah. But like, no, it's exactly.
Yeah, because he was like, "What's your welcome to the NFL moment?" What was it like going to Alabama and being a backup? Like he really got down to it when it came to like the who is Derrick Henry. So that was cool. And hey, you know what, Zach? We can match a little bit. I see you sipping. I got my Oh, I haven't picked this thing up in months. Jeez, there's a lot of those things.
I had to wash this out because it was definitely.
Oh, I'm not drinking out of this. I'm not drinking out of this. No.
Yeah, because some things just mean more.
See, I got the milk carton. You just got the regular udder over there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you got the mug. It's a carton.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's move into our first column. We got Gordon behind the scenes. Gordon, up.
What's going on, my guys? How y'all?
What's good, Gordon? How you doing, man?
I'm hanging in there. It's good seeing the Orioles win. What about you guys?
I know. I really think that they took your warning seriously. They said, "Hey, man, we got to start winning, or else Gordon's not going to call in anymore."
No, for real. Hey, look, this team has. I feel like everybody can feel it. Like the aura around this team is just like, man, like I think last month we wanted them to have the season because of the schedule, but I feel like that was the month for them to really like feel themselves and start to get a groove for themselves at the end of the month. And then this month, they actually feel like it's being put together. That Adley Rutschman at bat at the end. I said I don't even care if this ends in a strikeout. I'm just happy that seeing them go out there, battle and like put good swings on a bat to where it's like, if it's not your pitch, foul it off until you get your pitch. Not, just a pop up or a random, like ground out and then see you, run to the dugout. And what did I say? I said when Adley rakes, this team wins. You saw what happened today. The offense was explosive.
It felt like this team, offensively, 1 through 9, it just felt like everyone. And Gordon, I like how you put it, describing the Adley at bat. You didn't care that even if at the end you're like, hell, if he strikes out here, it's about the approach. It's about the at bat. I was saying that pretty much, I believe, into the third inning when they got Kirby up to 70 pitches in 3 innings. I loved the approach that they all had. It wasn't pressing that we've seen this team do time and time again. Every single player went up there, was looking for their pitch. They had some sort of plan, and you could tell. Yeah. Now, I'm not going to say, recently, Mabry, the guy they brought in, the former Matt Holliday's former pitching, hitting coach that comes in here and suddenly maybe, Adley doesn't do a toe tap. We're seeing some things change with some guys positively. Not going to give, him all the credit, but it seems like yeah, it seems like something has
everybody,
changed.
Kobe, everybody's getting in on it.
Yeah, it just feels like something has changed. And we talk about so much, Gordon, when you say, Adley, when he's hot, it kind of sets the standard for the rest of the team, and that's what it's doing. This team is very much, getting the job. It's passing the baton. Okay, you had a 6-pitch at bat and you got a single. I'm going to go 7 pitches and work a walk. We are going to just go out there. And it's like they're being more aggressive while being more patient, which is what you want to see.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't care who we beat. We are, I want to say, I'll put us in the past tense. I'll say we were a struggling team. And the only way to get, a struggling team that had so much talent, the way to get out of us struggling is to beat up to gain confidence and to beat up on the bad teams. Regardless, we didn't, blow them out. Wins matter. It don't matter if we won 1-0. That still counts as a win in the win column, and we stack those. And that's what we've been wanting to do. And we haven't been doing that, but recently we've been doing it. But it's like, it doesn't matter who. If we can do it on a bum team, that'll give guys confidence to say, hey, I don't care, because guess what? These guys are still in the MLB. It is hard to get in the MLB, and it's hard to be – it's a professional organization team, because guess what? They still have wins on that. The Chicago White Sox, they still have wins. A couple less wins than what the Orioles had. So it's no feat like, oh, they just beat. Yes, we have expectations, but you still have to go out there and do it. And that confidence of us actually beating those teams, regardless bad or however want, that's huge for us. And look at how it's going for us right now. This is our third, is it our third win streak of 3 wins or second win streak recently?
Second of 3 and then first of 4.
4, yeah. Like that's that's huge. That doesn't just come from, hey, we just wake up one day. No, we have to, take care of business from the teams that we have to take care of business from. And, like, it's no small feat of just beating these guys, and it's huge. And this team is, really taking what I said, 10 wins, and then you had to do your spicy ramen, Kevin. So, just 6 more wins away, so they're listening. They're listening.
Finally. I mean, I've had that stuff sitting in that cabinet for a year. I mean, it's about time. Like,
yeah, for real. Hey, look, 10 wins. I feel like 5 wins is a little bit pushover. I feel like 10 wins we have to do something for 5 wins.
I remember. I still remember
wins.
that. I'll do something for
Yeah.
5, but then if we get to 10, then we'll bring out the spicy ramen for sure. So
Yeah.
awesome. Well, Gordon, appreciate you calling in, man. That rug's
Appreciate
starting
you
to go. So the first one is done, right? This is the second one.
Yep, this is the second one. This is the first one was his 49ers one. If I can, well, yeah, that wasn't going to work. That was like the 49ers one. Here's him in a Commander's uniform. So,
it's looking
good.
Damn, looking good.
Thank you. But always, you guys are the best. I appreciate you, everyone. Subscribe. Love life. Life is a beautiful thing. It doesn't matter if the Orioles win, the Orioles lose. We're here fellowshipping and having a great time. Nothing but great vibes as always, even if it's to burn off some steam from the Orioles when they, piss us off. But, love life. Life is amazing no matter what you're going through. So
absolutely. Yeah. Love that, Gordon. We'll appreciate you calling in, man, and we'll talk soon.
Appreciate you.
Awesome. Appreciate you, Gordon.
Appreciate you, Gordon.
Awesome. And wanted to get to this. No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
I actually thought about this earlier today, Kevin. Actually, it was yesterday on my drive back. Had some time, and I was thinking, I was like, this team goes to the playoffs. I was like, how far does this team have to go for you to be like, shit, we have to? I literally said, I was like, if they go to the World Series, you have to keep them. I was like, anything below, you're like, okay, let's give it to somebody else.
I'd flirt with it at ALCS. I'd flirt with it at ALCS.
Here's the thing. It would have to be just so blatantly he is one of the reasons. Like, does that make sense? Like, it would just like I need players being like, oh, when Manzo got here, like, Manzo's, I love this. But like, I would need the players to pretty much be like, this is the guy we want to carry it.
Yeah,
like,
but I think if they turned it around like that, I'm pretty sure that would be the message. As long as we can just never hear the word points come out of his mouth again.
That was bad. That was bad.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's move on to our next and possibly last caller. We got Arkansas, Joe. Joe, what's going on?
What's going on, man?
All right. Heston Kjerstad got 2 hits.
Yes, he did.
He's getting more confident.
We went from send him down, he needs a reset, to holy shit, Heston's back in one game. These people, these fandoms, so up and down. Just stick with your guys.
So what have you done for me lately?
I mean, it's positive reinforcement. We can't just shit on people because they're having bad weeks, months, and years. I mean, hey, I think the milkman gave him some confidence.
I think
it was good to see. Look, that was an immediate impact. Can get right there. Like,
maybe Colton gave some extra milk to Heston today.
Yeah, Colton's just a vibes guy. You can always count on Colton for that.
It is definitely. And you know what else was good vibes? The Little Rock Trojans. They damn near beat LSU. They damn near pulled it off.
Hey, it was a good.
I thought they're up 5-1. I thought they were going to.
They almost did, but unfortunately, Jack threw 103 pitches on Friday, and they basically brought him back in until his arm fell off last night and threw 60 pitches. So that's almost 200 pitches in 3 days. That's unheard of.
Whew.
And just kind of fell apart in the late innings. But check this stat out. The first team with a losing record to go to Game 7 in a regional. They had a losing record in the regular season, ran through the OVC, and almost pulled off.
Just got to give the team a chance. Hey,
RPI,
Joe.
RPI.
You get young kids going crazy things can happen. You get
257.
snowball going.
257 in the RPI versus a top 5 team and almost pulled it off.
Yeah, it was a great story. A great story.
Now, the unfortunate part to this story is, as good as they played, Coach Curry's going to get a top 4 job.
Yeah,
He's going to get recruited somewhere.
Makes
So
sense.
most likely he's not going to be back next year.
The downside of a Cinderella
and-
run in pretty much any sport. I mean, we saw it JMU in football last year. Immediately, everyone goes to Indiana. We've seen it with
Don't even do that. Elon lost him first. They stole him from us first. Don't even do that.
Yeah.
Forgot Kurt Signet. I forgot we had Kurt Signet's biggest hater here in
Yeah.
Kevin Ostreicher.
Jeez.
But yeah, guys, that was amazing last night. Unfortunately, they didn't pull it off. But the Orioles are on a 4-game winning streak, so we'll ride with that. And the Razorbacks play Tennessee on Friday, and most importantly, Texas is sitting at home.
Little horns down action. Little horns down.
Yeah.
Vandy, them boys, they're at home too. The Dogs,
It's been a crazy college
They're
baseball
gone.
World Series so
SEC.
far.
And-
SEC.
and if the Razorbacks can't do it, let's go with Coastal and Murray State in the final.
Let's do it.
Coastal's
The
a
Fun
solid
Belt.
pick. Coastal's a solid pick. I
The
like
Fun
that.
Belt. We got to pull for Coastal in Arkansas. Me and Jason might have a couple words back and forth there, but
Man,
let's do it. We
Love
got
it.
Friday
Love it.
and Saturday to wrap it up. So
Let's go.
we'll go from there.
Awesome.
But
Love
we'll
it. Well,
talk to you
Joe,
tomorrow. And
appreciate
no more
you.
West Coast games, because apparently when the Orioles are on the West Coast, my washer hose likes to break off in the middle of the night and cause problems. in the kitchen.
That's not
It
ideal.
happened when they were playing the Angels, and then right before I was finishing the evening, there was water all in the kitchen again, and I had to vacuum it up. So it hasn't happened since, and it just happened again. So no more West Coast baseball. It's just
I got bad news about where they're playing next.
Yeah.
So-
You might want to tape that thing up a little extra over the next 5 days.
Yeah, but that's okay. But
Yeah.
we got an early call in the morning, so I'm gonna call it a night.
All right,
We got a
Joe.
lot of Red Bull
Appreciate you
show
as
tomorrow.
always, man. Appreciate you calling in, and we'll talk soon. Hopefully, no more washer shenanigans.
Let's hope not. I don't like cleaning it up.
Yeah. Oh, I bet. Awesome. Well, Joe, appreciate you, man.
Also appreciate you, Joe.
Peace out, Joe.
Late night streams are always nice. There's a little calmness to them. It is crazy, though. I got to say, we talk about how incredible this community is. 114 people on YouTube,
seriously,
so many
seriously.
more on X. It's 1:19 a.m. And we got all these people. So hit that like and subscribe button. If you're new to the channel, listen, if you're watching us at 1:19 a.m. and you're not subscribed, what are we doing? What are we doing? Go live after every single Orioles game, win or lose, rain or shine, night or day, or morning, I guess, technically. Yeah, we played at night.
Yeah, I still got a long. Yeah, I'm about to go eat lunch.
Yeah, Kevin is like, just
I've been
about-
trying to hold myself to a better sleep schedule. Has it worked? That's not the point. But I'm trying to hold myself to a better sleep schedule. Meaning, I went to bed at 6 a.m. last night. But you know what? That's not the important part. The important part is that I'm trying.
Jeez, Kevin.
And you know, Nick, you're gonna pull it up. Mm-hmm. Again, nobody knew me. At least I wasn't involved. None of the Ryan Rick media stuff was going on when my sleep schedule was 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. and I would do my work at and my show would still go out at 6 a.m. in the morning. I've been doing Locked On Ravens since 2019, but I would do all my writing and all my other work. I had another job. I worked for a smaller sports media company, and I just was. My everybody's lunchtime. I was like, all right, good night, and then I wake up at dinner time. It was bad. So at least we're not there anymore. That was an era.
Ugh.
But
All right.
that's you make your own hours, and I
You-
work
you
better
do
at night,
that.
and I've been burned too many times from late breaking news. That's how we got here. So
What breaking news is happening at 4 a.m., Kevin?
it's not 4 a.m. It's that I need to record everything and get all my stuff in order, and if like the Ravens hire Mike McDonald at 11:30 at night, which they did, then everything I did for that night is a wash. So I'm just saying. Plus, it allows me to stay awake for things like this. I'm trained in this. I am trained to stay up at any hour of the day.
You know what? You
But
are.
I'm just chronically tired. So gotta fight.
Kevin always on striker. What it is.
And don't forget it. Don't anybody forget it.
Kevin, you got anything else for this game?
No, I think that's it. Four straight feels good.
Yeah.
You at least gotta respect the fight, if anything. And I hope that they can get the job done tomorrow, secure a series win, and we can keep talking about wins because wins are fun.
Yeah.
Wins are fun.
Back at 9:40 tomorrow. Then we get a quick break. 3:40 start on Thursday as a getaway day. But Orioles win 4 straight. Getting a little momentum going back. We'll be back at it tomorrow as the Orioles look to win their 5th straight game against the Seattle Mariners at 9:40 p.m. So we'll be back after midnight most likely. We'll catch you then for another edition of Kevin and Zach React. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button.
Zena,
Steve Lombardozzi.
oh, that's a good one. Jordan Adams.